Ever thought about a career where you're handling construction equipment one day and then the latest tech gadget the next?
It's more common than you think.
We're diving into the role of a rental service representative using RoleCatcher's
And
insights.
it's a career path that's booming right now. We're
Yeah.
seeing this surge in rental services across so many sectors.
Construction, entertainment, even healthcare. Right.
Exactly. It's like this whole sharing economy thing is really changing the game, and that means job security, which is always a plus.
RoleCatcher mentioned something like a 7% projected growth over the next decade. That's huge. But what do these rental service representatives actually, do all day?
They're the ones making those rental experiences we all want, seamless and enjoyable.
Which honestly is more important than most people realize. I mean, we've all had those rental experiences where you're left high and dry, right?
Totally. And that's why a good rental service representative is so important. They make sure you have the right equipment, get all the terms, the whole 9 yards.
But I imagine that experience can vary a lot depending on the actual work environment, right?
Oh, for sure. You could be hands-on with equipment in a warehouse or even outdoors. Or if you thrive in fast-paced environments, picture yourself on the front lines at the rental counter, solving problems on the fly.
So there's a lot more to it than just handing over keys and hoping for the best. So it sounds like there's a lot more to being a rental service representative than meets the eye. What are some skills that are really going to, help someone do well in this role?
Well, RoleCatcher actually breaks down some pros and cons, which I thought was interesting, like on the plus side. Flexibility, lots of learning, and you get that satisfaction of really helping people out.
It's like every day is a new puzzle to figure out, especially with all those customer interactions.
Exactly. And let's be real, dealing with those customer service moments, that's definitely a downside they listed, along with, handling those high pressure situations.
Yeah, we've all been there on both sides of that counter, right? Sometimes it's smooth sailing, and sometimes, well, not so much.
True, but that's where you really build up those people skills. You learn to think fast, stay calm, find solutions. It's pretty valuable.
Okay, so we need the patience of a diplomat, the
Yeah.
problem solving of like a detective.
Huh?
What else should we add to this list of rental service representative must-haves?
This one surprised me, but RoleCatcher's specialisms section, they highlight strong administrative skills.
Really? I wouldn't have thought of that as a top priority for this.
It makes sense, though. Think about it. It's not just paperwork, though that's part of it. It's managing those rentals with software, tracking inventory, all those digital details.
Because these days, even renting a ladder probably involves like 5 different screens in a database, right?
Exactly. And that technology, it's only going to get more important. They give an example. A lot of rental companies are using software called point of rental. Knowing that software inside and out, huge advantage.
Like knowing the secret password to a club, right? Speaking of tech, didn't you mention something about augmented reality being used in rentals? Now that sounds seriously futuristic. Okay, so let's say someone's hearing all this and thinking, this is it. I want to be a rental service representative. They're tech savvy, they got the skills, they're ready. How do they actually land a job?
That's where RoleCatcher goes from helpful to, like, a secret weapon. They've got this whole section on interview prep, specifically for rental service representative roles.
And I'm guessing it's not the usual dress for success type tips.
Nope. Remember that AI platform? It analyzes job descriptions and generates super specific interview questions so you get a real sense of what that employer wants.
Wow. Talk about being prepared, knowing what they're looking for before you even walk in the door.
Exactly. When you've got tons of people applying, those little things make all the difference. RoleCatcher even uses phrases like get found and shortlisted or swerve the thanks but no thanks pile.
It's like they're trying to save you from those rejection emails, right?
Yeah.
So not only can RoleCatcher help you nail the interview, but you mentioned before, you might not even need to apply to some jobs. How does that work?
That's their Get Discovered feature. Employers can actually find you based on your skills. Imagine, you're not just prepped for interviews, the opportunities come to you.
It's like having like a personal recruiter working around the clock. We've covered a lot today, what it really means to be a rental service representative, the skills that matter, and even how tech can give you a real edge in this job market.
Absolutely. I think the big takeaway is knowledge is power. You know your stuff, you know the role, the industry, the tools. That's how you stand out from the crowd.
Couldn't agree more. And honestly, having a tool that analyzes job descriptions and gives you those perfect interview questions, that's about as powerful as it gets. We're out of time for today's deep dive, but keep exploring, and we'll catch you next time.